Hello coders, welcome to teCHemistry. Welcome back to today's Django session. And in today's Django session, we are going to learn to create an app in Django. As discussed in the previous session, a Django project is the website that we would like to run, and a project can have multiple applications. Now applications are the functionality that you would want your website to perform. So now you can have multiple applications. Let's say you would like to divide the functionality of a website into different parts. Each functionality will be a different app. An example of that could be, let's say, e-commerce website. You would like to divide the applications into different modules: product, login, registration. And if it is a college management system, maybe you would like to create a teacher module, a student module, a non-teaching staff module, a principal module, login registration module. These would all be different applications. So almost 5 to 6 applications you would get over there. So right now I'm going to just create a basic app, and let's see how that works. So in this session, we are going to create an application in project 1. And when we run this application, we would like Django to execute or display the message that we would like to see, not the default web page. So let's create an application. So the command to create an application is python manage.py and start app, and we can give a user defined name. So this app1 is the application name that I'm planning to give for my new application. Okay, and start app is the command which will create the new application. Now when I press enter, if you look at the left hand side, a new folder app1 is created. And as I discussed previously about Django framework, we are seeing this models.py where we are going to write our table definitions. We will also see the views.py, which will be the control logic. Admin.py is where we are going to register our table, and migrations is where we are going to see all the different changes we have done to the table. We will also see an apps.py, which will configure the applications automatically, and test.py is the file where you have to write the logic if you would like to test your project or app. So in this case, we are going to test each application separately. So let's write a simple code now. Now before that, the moment we create an application, we need to configure this in the project. Now, as we have discussed in last class, in the project folder, you have a settings.py which stores all configuration details of your project. So this is important. So step 1, immediately after you create the application, you need to go to project 1 settings.py, scroll down to a list called installed apps, and in this install apps you need to add your application. So my application name is app1, so it should be closed in single quote or double quote. So it should be enclosed within a single quote or a double quote, and then it should be uh, it should end with a comma. Okay, this is very important. And once you have done that, please remember to save your files. If you do not save your files, it will not be rendered. Okay, so the changes have to be saved so that you can see the changes. Now, once we have finished configuring the application, we need to go to our URLs in the project and set a path for this. So we need to route. So right now what we are saying is the default path, that is when the server loads automatically, the first page that needs to be loaded is this particular page. So that is why we are going to call the function path, and the first parameter will be an empty string stating that this is the default path. That means when the server loads, immediately this page has to be rendered. And what is this page is going to be received from my views.py. That is why I'm writing over here views dot, and here I would like to create a function, and let me just call the function as views dot index. You can see there is a warning appearing over here saying that views is not defined. So we need to import views, and the command for that is from app1 import views. So the moment I write this command, you can see the warning has disappeared. Okay, but then, and I need to save my files also, but then I need also to create this function, right? So we have to go to views.py now, and views.py is in app1. So come to views.py, and what was the function name? The function name was index. So I'm going to create a function called index, and this index needs to take a request from the user. Okay, once the request is received, I am returning a response. So the response should be HTTP response, and which is imported from the library Django shortcuts and HTTP response. And we will just print some message. Let's say hello and welcome to Django. And maybe I would like to show it in a larger font. Okay, and now that this is done, so I would like to show what I have done over here is I have created a function index. I have taken the request from the user. Once I receive the user's request, I am returning a response, that is a web page, in which I am going to print hello, welcome to Django. And since I want it in a larger font size, I am giving H1. Okay, so once this is done, save your file. So we have done few things. The first is we created the app. We went to settings.py. We have configured the app in installed apps list. Then we have gone to urls.py and informed that the default path, that is when the server runs, the default page to be loaded will be received from index. Okay, views.index, and we are going to views.index and writing the logic. Okay, so we are writing the logic that there is this function index, and if this index is called, immediately just print this on the web page. So once this is all done, so let's just run the server, and the command for that is python manage.py run server. And we are going to click on the link, this follow link, and to come back to the prompt, it is going to be Control C. So let's just click the link. So you can see that I'm getting this message, hello, welcome to Django, in my web page instead of my default web page. So this is the basic application that we have created in this session. In the next session, we are going to learn how to render a HTTP template. We are not going to use HTTP response. We are going to use HTML page. Okay, we are going to render a template. So we will be creating a templates folder, and we'll be creating HTML files.